Oh, shit. We are back, my friends. Yeah, 289. Wow. I'm so fucking, like, befuddled. Like, I don't even know how to do a fucking proper intro right now. And you obviously, you know why I can't even make a proper intro. And you know who is responsible for me not making a proper intro. You know why? You know who? He has a name. The champion has a name. And his name is Yabachaba'S. No, I'm just kidding. It's Charles Duros Oliveira. Technically, the champion is Yabachaba'S. Of course, right? He fucking beat Charles fair and square. But we all know that wasn't fucking Charles in there. It just wasn't. That was some clone. Fucking, I don't know. He had diarrhea that day. Who knows what happened that night? But we all know that wasn't Charles. I guess we're just gonna get right into Charles because he's the man. Okay, he's him. That's why we gotta talk about him off the bat. He showed up for Benny. And I gotta tell you, I'm not making any excuses for Benny. Not at all. I'm not making any excuses for him why he lost. I think he lost fair and square. I think Charles is obviously the better fighter. And I think, my prediction was right on that. But we'll get into a lot of predictions that were not so right by me. And, when I was watching The Embedded, because I watch all of them, I just saw Benny with his whole family there. You got 2 kids. You got the wife. You got, the wife's parents coming in. It's just like, I don't know. Some people thrive with that. Me, on the other hand, I have a child myself. I got a family. I got all that. You got the whole family, the sisters, the whatever. And any time you do like a family event, even if it's just me, my wife and the baby, even that, just going to Target is like a thing. It takes energy. Going to a park, just going as a unit, even having 2 fucking kids. Like, now that's even another fucking layer of energy wasted. And I'm not saying that that's why he lost, but for sure, it's not easy work. Going to the park, you gotta get them dressed, you gotta put them in the car, you gotta make sure they're fed, this and that. That's just being a parent, and being a parent takes work. And I feel like, especially at him fighting at the highest levels, doing all that may have hindered him, may have not. I'm not the fucking guy, but I know personally, if that was me, by the time I would get into that fucking octagon, oh my God, I'd just be fucking, my brain would be fried. Imagine cutting weight and you got a baby's crying and this and that. What's the problem? But can't really say that because he did have his family at Abu Dhabi when he fought Gamrot. And when he fought Gamrot, that shit was impressive. I was like, wow, this guy could really beat Islam. Like, that shit was wow. Stuffed all the takedowns, knocked Gamrot down, and just outpointed him, all that shit. So, who knows? I just think personally, it's kind of a mistake to bring the whole family there. I feel like if you're there for work, for business, I think it's good to maybe have an Airbnb for them, and then they come by and whatever, I don't know. Who the fuck am I? But anyways, Charles, dude, wow. He's fucking back. First round knockout. Benny hasn't been stopped in years, right? He hasn't lost in like 4 or 5 years. And on top of that, you knock him out in the first round with the Leon that started it all, the fucking 1-2 head kick. You kidding me? The only thing I didn't like from Charles is he dropped the guard again. Why are you doing that? Listen, I understand he has the most submissions in UFC history. I understand he has the most finishes in UFC history. I understand that he has the most post-fight bonuses in UFC history right now. But it's just like, I understand you have extremely amazing jiu-jitsu. I get it. But it's just like, you don't want to drop and pull guard, especially with a guy like Dariush, who has incredible jiu-jitsu himself and knows how to stay on top, knows how to not get caught into anything. And I'm so glad that Oliveira didn't stay the whole time down there. And I'm glad that he kind of transitioned to a leg lock to make Benny kind of fight for it, and then he used it to get up, which, thank God for that. But, yeah, that's the only thing I didn't like, because when he fights Islam again, which he's going to fight Islam again, I don't want him doing that shit at all, because a few good shots, and then it's just going to be like, uh-oh, right? It's going to change the whole dynamic of the fight. Getting wobbled a little bit down there maybe, then you get a little disoriented, you're a little gassed because you're trying to get up, but he's pinning you down. It's just really not smart to put yourself in that position. But, it worked out for him this fight, got the fucking knockout. I went crazy. We were at the bar with the boys, and I stood up. I was like, "Obrigado, boa!" And I took the fucking bar napkin and fucking just threw that shit. Oh my God, it was too funny. It was awesome. So yeah, I'm so glad he's back. And we'll see what happens with Justin and Dustin. We'll see who wins that fight, and we'll see who Dana decides is going to fight Islam. They're obviously going to have it in October. But if Charles is fighting Islam again, he's not fighting him in Abu Dhabi again. No, fuck that shit. He went there the first time as the champ. Charles is the champ, even though they'll weight whatever scale. I feel like if they're going to do that fight again, it has to be either in Brazil or it's going to be in the T-Mobile Arena. That's what I think. We're not doing Abu Dhabi. That's complete BS, right? He's been there, done that, whatever. So I'm just so ecstatic for Charles. I feel bad for Benny because, he really should have had the title shot. He shouldn't have had to have fought Charles. But, that's just the fight game. It's just how it goes. He was injured against Islam when they were first paired up to fight each other. So, you never know. If he wasn't injured, he could have maybe fought Islam, maybe beat him. Who knows? But that's just how MMA goes. But he'll be back, the guy only has like a handful of losses in the UFC. The guy's an animal. He was on a crazy win streak before he ran into Charles. So, he'll be back. So, I started with Charles. Let's get, I'm going to start from the bottom now. I got it written down. So, this Urseg cat in the flyweight division came in on short notice to fight David Dvorak, who's ranked number 10. And, I love the broadcast and all, but you kept saying that this guy's the top 10. We get it. He's top 10, okay? You don't have to say it 10 million times. I heard it more times than the fucking, Whopper, fucking Whopper commercial, But yeah, flyweight, I would say the top 5 is pretty interesting. Past the top 5, it's kind of like, eh. So, but still, David Dvorak still pretty impressive win for this Urseg cat. But yeah, this Urseg guy, he looks like a mini Aaron Rodgers, doesn't he? Like, this guy looks fucking just like him, like a mini Aaron Rodgers. But the reason why I brought this guy up is this guy really shocked me how he came to fucking fight. Fucking 20-hour plane ride, he doesn't give a shit. He came to fucking fight. Looked for any way to fucking finish that fight. He was getting pieced up in the first round a little bit. But, very, very slick submissions. He's ready to throw down and bang, and he hurt Dvorak a couple times. And I think that guy is definitely somebody to look out for sure. He's definitely gonna be a problem. I like his tenacity. That's just something you can't teach. When you're training to fight, is that tenacity, that give it all you got, that 100% energy, effort. Like those type of guys, even though like let's say you're training with somebody and they suck, but they give it all they have, still something to deal with, And then you put that with skill, that's a problem. That's a huge problem, man. Yeah, so then Chris Curtis, I'm going all over the place. I should do the Zahabi KO. Wow. I don't see how this Zahabi cat gets compared to that big fat-nosed clown. I don't think they look alike at all. But, man, what a fucking knockout. I remember when he got starched by, God, I can't remember the guy's name. He's a Brazilian cat. Tall, lanky kind of guy. He got starched bad by, like, that reverse elbow. Can't remember the guy's name on the top of my head. And I was just kind of like, eesh, I don't know. That's like the universal face for everything. Like, ooh, sorry, ooh, that was bad. Ooh, I broke something. Ooh, didn't wipe my ass right. Ooh, right? Yeah, so I was kind of scared for him after that knockout, but then, he came back and fought well against Ricky Turcios. And then this knockout was fucking something special, especially doing it in Canada with all your people there. That was awesome. Great win for him. I think he's like, isn't he close to his mid-30s ish? So especially the lighter weight class, he's better. You got to step it up. He's not that active. Great win for him. What's that face again? What I'm about to talk about next. Fucking Kyle Nelson and Blake Builder. Last video. Oh, this Blake Builder guy. Oh, this guy. He's Kyle Nelson, just kind of there. He's whatever, right? Boy, was I wrong. And that's going to happen, right? That's what's going to happen on this channel. I'm not going to be right 100% of the time. As a matter of fact, nobody is. But what's going to be so funny is when I'm not right, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, fucking, he didn't eat his egg whites and fucking, he shitted too many times that day and he put the wrong colored socks on. And I'm just going to be like, I'm a fucking idiot. And when I get my studio prepared, I'm going to have the Wheel of Misfortune, or whatever. I'm going to call the wheel whatever it is. And every fight night, every fight card, I'm going to pick one guarantee match. And if I win, I'm safe. But if I lose, I got to spin the wheel and do whatever thing I got to do on there. Like eat the fucking one chip challenge, or fucking Venmo Willie's walkthrough is $100. Shout out my boy Willie Walkthrough. Just something crazy, or fucking, I don't fucking know. Like step on a thumbtack. Just something goofy, something jackassy, for entertainment for you peoples. To be fucking laughing your balls off. Coffee. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, Blake Builder and Kyle Nelson. What the fuck, man? Where did this guy come from? This Kyle Nelson guy, Like I watched him fight my boy Duho Choi, and I thought the guy had nothing for my boy Duho Choi. And Duho Choi isn't really the same ever since the Cub Swanson fight. And he tried to come back, and he's kind of, whatever. He had the military duty. He doesn't, he lost like 2-3 years of his prime. So, but good for Kyle Nelson, Beat the fuck out of Blake Builder. I thought Blake Builder would have came out a little bit better than that. I had pretty high expectations from what I saw from the Contender Series and all that. But, hey, I was wrong. Fucking egg on my face, Fucking fuck me. All right. Congrats, Kyle Nelson. So then we got, let's see. Yeah, so we got Chris Curtis and Nasruddin Imavov. Well, I gotta say, man, Chris Curtis had the right game plan going, which was trying to pressure Nasruddin, make sure that he's in boxing range, not in kicking range, pressuring him, trying to get him off balance, using the head bobbing, invading his space, making it ugly. But I gotta say, Nasruddin really did a good job with peppering shots. He was looking really fast, throwing the two. It was a pretty decent fight, but I would say I was giving the edge to Nasruddin. You know, and I felt like Chris Curtis was just kind of throwing these looping hooks, these looping shots, wasn't really mixing it up too well, even though I feel like he was trying to do the right thing. And then the fucking headbutt comes. I'm like, oh, shit. And I knew it was bad because, you know, right away he was like doing this and like fucking like right away, you know. And it opened up a pretty nasty cut, but also it just hit right in his eye. And I'm pretty sure, like, when you get hit in the eye, just specifically the eye that hard, it'll fuck up your vision for quite a, you know, more than just 5 minutes, which is what they give you. So I felt bad for Chris Curtis, you know. He definitely wanted to continue. He didn't want it to end like that. You know, he's definitely a warrior at the end of the day. And, you know, Nasruddin, he was doing a good job too. I thought it was a pretty competitive fight. It could have went either way. It felt like Nasruddin was definitely lighting him up and looked like he was, you know, he was improved, especially from the last time when he fought Strickland. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if they're gonna fight again. I don't know. And I didn't know Chris Curtis was that old too. He's fucking 34, 35. Wow. Getting up there. So now we got Dan Ige and Nate the Train. My boy Nate the Train lost. Nate the Train in the UFC, baby. My boy lost. He lost fair and square. But I do feel like, had that have been a 5-round main event fight night, I felt like he would have, you know, he would have turned it on. You know, he got caught, but he came right to it. I just felt like Nate the Train was kind of lacking in terms of putting combinations together. I would have liked for him to get some takedowns in there and mix it up a little bit more instead of just doing a straight kickboxing. But, you know, his high kick was pretty good, but just didn't land. And Dan Ige, like I said, he's just he's just going to be a well-rounded guy. He's going to be in the top 10, top 15. He's just that type of guy. In terms of championship medal, I don't see it. But you never know. But I just think I still saw the same Dan Ige in there that he always does, and he did a good job. He beat Nate the Train. Nate the Train will be back, you know, and he'll be back, and he'll definitely learn a lot from that fight. And I just wish he would get a 5-round main event because I feel like it's a great gas tank. But in terms of moving forward for Nate the Train, he's just got to put that pressure on quicker and definitely close the space and definitely throw a lot more combinations and definitely throw with more heat behind those shots too. But you know, congratulations, Dan Ige. Looked pretty good. We'll see what's next for him. Yeah, congratulations. Then we got Eric Anders versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Man. The first round was good. Very crazy, you know. Anders got Anders, whatever. He got wobbled a little bit, I think, in the first round. And then, really, Anders, I like that he was trying to go for the takedown and take him down and all that shit. But I just wish that that's the same thing. He doesn't throw combinations at all, this guy. He really doesn't. He just throws one shot at a time, looks for a big shot, and, you know, Barriault, he was doing a good job countering and getting some good shots in there. And I don't think it was unanimous for Barriault. I don't think it was unanimous. I think it was closer than that. But, you know, I think what plagued Anders this fight was just him not having any combinations or anything of that nature. Just kind of doing those one shot, big shots type of deal, looking for that left hand, that right hand, the backhand, I should say. Marc-Andre Barriault, you know, has good gas and looks like he's got thrown a little bit with more ferocity in his shots to actually wobble people now. He didn't really have that before. So good for him. He won in his home country. And God bless. Now we got Mike Malott. This guy, you know, he was acting like he's the fucking headliner of the show, which is good. Good for him. He's on the pay-per-view. It's like his, third fight in the company, and it's in his own backyard, and, good for him. For having that energy, right? But, I don't know. I want to like the guy. I think he has a great skill set. I think he has a great fighting style. But he just seems, I don't know, like a little douche, a little douchey. I mean, I don't even know the guy. I don't know. It just kind of comes off like I could just see him with like the Sperry's, the khakis, a little polo, right? He has fucking Salt Life on the back of his hat with the glass. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm just being an asshole. But no. But besides that, he was definitely kind of owning the moment, kind of, like, this is our show. Which, like I said, good for him. But the fight, in terms of the fight, he fought Adam Fugit, right? Now, I gotta say, having that last name, no wonder this guy became a fighter, because I can just only imagine the type of fucking harassment he's been dealing with that last name. Fuck it, they're gonna scratch out his name, put fuck it on it, fuck it, or even the F-bomb. I'm pretty sure that guy's been definitely been harassed. Too funny. No, but forget about it. He didn't look too bad. But really just didn't really have that much of an answer in the stand-up department, and you could tell that this Mike Malott guy has some firepower for sure. He's got some power, and the finishing sequence with that guillotine just snatched that neck up real quick, and then went to the full mount and still kept that real tight. Very high level stuff. Besides him looking like every fucking high school movie bully, this Mike Malott guy, he's got the skills, and I think for sure they got a prospect on their hands for Canada, the Great White North. So, congrats to him. God bless. A-okay. So we got we already talked about Charles Duronx. He's the fucking man. And now we got Amanda Nunes, and another prediction I got wrong. I don't know why I keep doubting Amanda. I don't get it. What's funny is, like, I doubted her against Holly. I doubted her against Cyborg. I doubted her against Jermaine Durandamy. I just, I don't get it. I don't know why I keep doubting this chick. She's done nothing wrong to me. It's not like I don't like her. I think she's a very nice, sweet person. I just, for some reason, I just feel like she just can lose, which we've seen her lose, right? But, what's funny is, like, the first Pena fight, that was the one fight I was like, oh yeah, Amanda's just going to knock her out in like 2 seconds. Turns out she loses the belt that night, and it was a whole crazy upset, which that was just crazy how she lost that. But, Irene, what it seems to me was that kind of what I predicted was that the moment got to her, the lights, the crowd, her being the main event, and basically just kind of reacting to what Amanda was doing. Amanda did this, she'd go, woo! Right? Just a little slight fidget, and he was like, oh, shit, and just couldn't be the leader, just couldn't be the one leading the dance, right? It takes two to tango, and when two tango, one of them have to take turns, right? Being the hammer, the nail, whatever. It's a dance, right? And for sure, Amanda was like, I'm leading this dance the whole time. And that's basically what happened. Just pieced her up on the feet, took her down multiple times. Irene did a good job with that frame and got up, and did, very well with that. You can tell she trained getting up and shit. But in terms of making her own offense, really nothing much besides like that left hook in the first round kind of wobbled Amanda. That was crazy. But other than that, just couldn't get it going. She just didn't establish herself as the ring general. You're in my fucking ring. I'm going to pop you with this fucking jab, and you're going to deal with it. I don't give a shit, right? Just didn't fire first, and, that's what happens. Amanda just pieced her up, proved why she's the fucking GOAT of women's MMA. And, she just did the damn thing, right? And retired. Like, what is that? Why would you retire? You're destroying everybody with ease. Besides that one Pena hiccup, which was kind of like a weird off night. But besides that, why not make millions and just fuck everybody up? I'm pretty sure it's the training camps that obviously take a toll. Like, I've never been through a fucking training camp. I've seen like other fighters go through training camps. Like, I've seen that, and it's a lot of fucking work. I've been in some rounds where like they needed help with whatever, and like being in the Shark Tanks and all that, helping my friends out and whatever with their fights, and it's fucking brutal. It's rough because you want to prepare yourself the absolute fucking best you can, and always, all the time, 100% of the time, everybody overdoes it for sure, right? Unless you just don't care, like John Jones, which I fucking can't stand him for a numerous amount of reasons. But then you're just a psychopath like that guy. But most of the time, most people just can't keep doing that, right? It takes a lot on your body. And she made crazy amount of money. All those pay-per-views she's headlined, all those points and whatever. Even though I'm pretty sure she's not the biggest pay-per-view star, she still gets money. A lot of money. And, that's really amazing for her to go out on top, double champ, even though the 45-pound belt, like, let's be real, I hate to say it, kind of like a fake belt. Sue me. It is. Who's in the fucking division? Ooh. Nobody. Nobody's in that division. You go to the UFC website, can you even name, like, fucking 5 people in the fucking featherweight division? Right? Like, no. Like, there's nobody. Like, that whole division was created for Cyborg. She was there for like a little bit. Amanda fucking cleaned her clock, and then Cyborg did that dumb shit with the fucking, like, putting words in people's mouths or whatever. I don't know. It's just a whole weird scenario. And then there's really nobody to challenge Amanda in that division. My favorite 145 was Felicia Spencer, because she's got that crimson chin, and she's got that granite chin too. Like, you could fucking hit her with a fucking baseball bat. You can hit her with the fucking stop sign. She'll just fucking take that shit and just be like, "What's next? What do you got?" Yum 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 yum. She was awesome. I loved her fights. But good for Amanda. She retires on top. Me personally, like, I wish we could get a trilogy to the Pena fight just to lay it to bed. You know what I mean? Technically, they're 1-1. You could say, oh, that was just a fluke that night, whatever. But hey, she made you quit. And you fucking said uncle. Or auntie, whatever, for women. Auntie, right? Auntie. Auntie. Auntie Annie's pretzels. But, so, I wish she would have done the trilogy. She didn't. Whatever. So, congratulations on an incredible career. Because, that historic. Like when she won the belt against Misha on UFC 200, I just remember feeling so bad for Misha Tate. I was like, she got the fuck beat out of her. And she's like, I felt like really bad in like a primal weird way, like seeing such a pretty girl get absolutely fucking destroyed. I don't know what it is sometimes, but I don't really look at it like that in some fights, but for some reason, like, Misha's very pretty, and seeing her getting the shit beat out of her and look like that, I just kind of like felt bad. I don't know why. Is that like a guy thing? I don't know. Like other women fight, like most women fights, I really don't care about. Like, they're just fighting. Like I like it, But for some reason that night I was just like, oh, that's so bad. I'm so sorry, And yeah, Amanda's just unstoppable, and has been unstoppable. But congratulations on the career, like I said. And really, to wrap it all up, the whole card as a whole, I gotta say, out of 10, give it a 5. Maybe 6. Like, honestly, if if Charles would have lost that night to maybe a boring decision, and Benito just kind of wrestle fucked them and whatever, then the card would have been a fucking 2 out of 10, easily. But Charles doing that definitely gave it a bump. And yeah, so but it wasn't the best fight night card, but it wasn't bad. Just like pizza, you can never really have a bad pizza. So, anywho, I think that about wraps up this reaction video, even though it's on a fucking Monday. I want to get used to doing it Saturday night, right after. But, I was at the bar with the boys. We got carried away. Then Sunday was my baby's birthday party. And, I fucking forgot about it. So, but yeah, definitely down the line for sure. I got to remind myself, hey, right away, gonna post my reaction so that you beautiful people can see it. And I'm glad you guys are watching this, whoever it is. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And tomorrow is going to be my breakdown for Jared Cannonier versus Marvin Vettori. So we're going to break down that fight card. It's a decent card. And we'll see you then. All right. Later.